What's going on, guys? It's NYPrepper here, and I wanted to do another overlooked prep. And this overlooked prep is a fire escape ladder, and the one that I'm showing you guys is made by Kitty. I don't know how to say it. Kitty escape ladder. Okay, and I picked this up at Home Depot over the weekend. I was actually buying some extra fire extinguishers, and I saw this sitting on the rack, so I said, let me buy this. It was only 50 bucks. And this one is good for 2 stories or 13 feet. And I'm sure there's other brands out there, but you know, for my purposes right now, this is good enough for me. You know, I'm sure there's bigger ones out there. All right, but the way that this works is that basically you have these you know, these plastic, or actually they're metal, I'm sorry, they're metal, but they're painted so they look plastic. And the way that they work is, here I have a window here. This is a 2nd floor window, and basically you throw these hooks here. You open your window. All right, so in this case I would open the window, I would kick the screen out. If the window is painted shut, then just break the whole window out. Just make sure there's no glass in the way. Then you take these little hooks here and you slide them over the window railing here. Okay, and it has these stairs. These are like let me just show you guys real quick how they work. All right, so you have these stairs here, and here's the instructions. What you do is so here you have your hooks. The hooks go over the window, bottom of the window, just like you see here. And then all you do is there's Velcro here. You see this Velcro, and what you do is you pull the Velcro after you have your hooks over the window. Okay, so these are over your window here. So these would go around here like this. Let me just show you guys real quick. All right, so these would hook. You see how they hook like that? Okay, so this would be the white part. The white hooks would be inside, and the red hooks would be on the outside. All right, and then here you would have your ladder. All right, and so these white hooks would go around right here. And all you do is you rip this Velcro, and all the ladders come undone. Okay, so it's pretty straightforward. And why would you want to have this for SHTF? Well, first of all, you know, your house may catch on fire and you may have to escape. You know, that's obvious. Even for good home security as a homeowner, or if you have kids, you know, or even if you're just concerned about your personal safety, you know, you definitely want to have a way to escape your house. You know, you don't want to just, if there's ever a fire, you know, you don't want to have to jump out of a 2nd or 3rd floor window. So you want to have a way to get out of your house if there's a fire, you know. And so this has multiple uses, because you can use it during SHTF, all right, but you can also use it during normal rule of law. Okay, it's not something that's specific for SHTF. It also has rule of law use, you know, so it's not what many would consider to be a waste of money, you know, because you can use this for your family's safety and your safety during rule of law, but also during SHTF. It's very useful, and I'll explain to you guys why. Because you know, obviously you may have a fire. Okay, if there's SHTF, if there's a power outage, natural disaster, there may be a fire. And you know, let's say if you're using a wood stove, you're going to probably be using your wood stove a lot more often, and you may not be as cautious, and you know, you may have some hot ashes come out of the firebox, and it may catch something on fire, you know, or you may run the wood stove too hot and it may catch the wall on fire nearby. You know, so there's there's always a chance of a fire after SHTF, and having this ladder will give you a way to escape if there's a fire. But also, not just for fire, but if, let's say, you know, thinking tactically, okay, let's say, for example, you may have, like most recently, we had those riots in Minneapolis and around the country, you know, last month or 2 months ago now. We had those really bad riots. You know, let's say you have a group of rioters and they start throwing Molotov cocktails into your house and your house catches on fire. You need a way to escape. You know, you need a way for your family to escape, okay? Especially if you're on the second floor and there's a fire downstairs. You can't get out because of the fire. You're trapped upstairs. So you want to have this somewhere upstairs, right? But also thinking tactically, you know, let's say there's a group of, you know, marauders or rioters or bad guys, and let's say they gain entry to your home on the bottom floor and they have your house surrounded, you know, or they're already inside the house, and you know they're in the house, they're on the downstairs floor and you're upstairs. You may want to be able to retreat and get out of your house. And if you know that there's multiple intruders inside and you don't feel that you have enough firepower or skills to deal with them, you know, they may have, let's say, 4 or 5 guys and they all have rifles, and you may just be by yourself with your wife and your kids, and you may just have one rifle, you know, so 5 guys with rifles versus 1 guy is always a disadvantage. In that situation, you may want to evacuate. You know, you may want to get out before those bad guys make their way towards you. You know, so this gives you a hasty retreat. You know, you can get out of a building on a second floor, you know, very hastily. All right. You know, also you can have your kids and your wife evacuate while you deal with the threats inside of the house. You know, so let's say you have some bad guys that make their way into your house. It could be SHTF, it could even be rule of law, but let's say for this video it's without rule of law. The grid is down. A group of bad guys armed, you know, comes into your house, and, you know, for whatever reason they're looking for trouble, and, you know, you may want to have your wife and kids evacuate with this ladder while you stay inside and deal with the threat. So this way, if there's any gunfire, you know, they don't get hit with any bullets, you know, from that exchange of gunfire, you know, between you and the bad guys. You know, this way they can evacuate and get out of the house. They can run into the woods, or they can go to the neighbor's house, or, you know, they can retreat to a safer location while you deal with the threat, okay? Now, and like I said, if you're totally outgunned and, you know, you're dealing with a threat that has superior firepower, has more numbers, then you're better off just evacuating with your family, you know. Yeah, you're going to lose your house and your property and stuff like that, but, you know, you can always live to fight another day, and you can always recover your property later. Or you can, you know, launch a counterattack. You know, if, let's say, they storm your house and there's 5 to 10 guys inside, you're not going to have a chance against them if you're by yourself. You know, it's just too risky. You can evacuate with your family. Let's say you're on the second floor, you throw this out the window, you evacuate as quickly as possible before they find out, and then you can launch a counterattack once you escape and your family is safe. Then you can, you know, try to regain your house and regain your property by shooting at them from a covered position or a concealed position, and that may be enough to encourage them to leave, because a lot of bad guys, they don't want a intense gun battle. You know, they're just looking for easy pickings. You know, if there's some guy shooting at them from a tree line and they don't know where that person is, you know, and they're getting hit from all different angles, they're probably just going to go to the next house, you know. So, but having one of these is critical, like I said, for either a fire or a tactical situation. If you need to make a hasty retreat, either you or your wife and kids, and obviously for a fire. So this is definitely a good thing to have. They're pretty cheap. I got this for $50. and it's definitely worth it to have. So that's pretty much it, guys. Thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next one. Take care. God bless. And don't forget the 3 P's. Prepare, practice, and persevere.